gram, or in terms of this atomic mass unit, it is 1.007825 atomic mass unit. And if we consider mass of neutron, so mass of one neutron, that is equal to 1.675 into 10 raised to minus 24 gram, or which is also equal to 1.008665. It is in terms of atomic mass unit. It means, no doubt, atom consists with mainly three fundamental particles, and every particle it has a definite fixed mass. Now, as compared to mass of proton and neutron, mass of electron is very negligible. Remember, it is observed that mass of atom, generally mass of any atom of element, remember, if we neglect the mass of electron, then generally it is observed that mass of any atom, it lies in the range of x into 10 raised to minus 24 gram, because mass of electron is neglected, because it is very less as compared to mass of proton and neutron. And generally, so every atom has mass definite, because every electron, every proton, every neutron, it has a definite mass, and so every atom has a definite mass. But mass of every atom of every element, it lies in the range of 10 raised to minus 24 gram. And so mass of atom, it lies, if there is any value x, so mass of atom of element in terms of gram, if we consider any atom of element, and thus it is equal to x into 10 raised to minus 24 gram. And so this mass of single atom is very less. This mass of single atom is very less. And so this measurement of mass of atom is very difficult. Practically it is very difficult, because it is in the range of 10 raised to minus 24 gram. Now, then how to calculate the atomic mass of atom? And because mass of atom is very less, it is in the range of 10 raised to minus 24 gram, it is very difficult to measure. And thus remember, the concept atomic mass is introduced. Atomic mass. And now remember, in periodic table, for every element it has a one definite atomic mass. Now, atomic mass, it means it is not absolute, it is not exactly mass of one atom. Remember, it is not exactly mass of one atom. Then, what is actually concept of this atomic mass? Now, remember, as mass of single atom is very small, remember, it is very difficult. Then, atomic mass of every element, it is considered as a relative mass. Now, why it is considered as a relative mass? Because mass of single atom is very less. It is in the range of 10 raised to minus 24 gram. And thus remember, atomic mass, it is a relative mass. Why it is considered as a relative mass? Because it is calculated with respect to either mass of one atom of hydrogen, or 1/16th mass of one atom of oxygen, or 1/12th mass of one atom of carbon. Now, at the start, hydrogen, remember, hydrogen, as it is a lighter element, atomic mass of element, relative mass of element, it is calculated with respect to mass of hydrogen atom, because it is lighter element. Then next, as oxygen is highly reactive element, atomic mass of element is calculated with respect to, or by comparing with respect to mass of oxygen atom. But finally, according to IUPAC system, International Union of Pure and Applied Chemistry, remember, nowadays atomic mass of element is calculated, remember, with respect to 1/12th mass of one atom of carbon. And thus always remember, atomic mass is the not absolute mass of atom, remember it is the relative mass because it is calculated with respect to 1/12 mass of one atom of carbon. And so the correct definition of atomic mass, the ratio of mass of one atom, the ratio of mass of one atom of element to the 1/12 mass of one atom of carbon having mass number 12. Now, why carbon 12? It is considered as standard element because you know that there are three isotopes of carbon: carbon 12, carbon 612, carbon 613, and carbon 614. These are the three isotopes of carbon. But out of these three isotopes, first of isotope, that is carbon 612, it is the most stable isotope of carbon, and it is experimentally observed that near about 99% in nature, near about 99% this carbon 612 is present in nature. And thus remember, out of these three isotopes, first isotope, that is C612, it is considered as a standard. Remember, and so atomic mass of element, it is calculated with respect to 1/12 mass of one atom of carbon. And so this is simple definition. So actually remember, atomic mass is basically it is not absolute mass. Very important, remember. So atomic mass is not absolute mass. Atomic mass of element is not absolute mass. It is not absolute mass of atom. Not absolute mass of atom. And so it is relative mass. It is relative mass compared with, it is relative mass compared with 1/12 mass of, compared with 1/12 mass of one atom of carbon 12. And thus remember, this is really important, atomic mass is the relative mass and not actual mass. And so this ratio, so atomic mass is equal to, so atomic mass is equal to mass of one atom of element upon 1/12 mass of one atom of carbon 12. Now then, to calculate atomic mass of element, we have to consider again mass of one atom of element and 1/12 mass of one atom of carbon. But remember practically how this mass of one atom of element and 1/12 mass of one atom of carbon is calculated. Now basically mass of one atom of element is calculated. Remember, it is obtained from mass spectrometer. Mass of one atom of element directly, practically it is obtained from mass spectrometer. But 1/12 mass of one atom of carbon, it is calculated from the mole concept. And thus remember, so mass of one atom is obtained. It is obtained from mass spectrometer. what is actually one concept? You know that here for C12, for carbon 6, 12. Now, experimentally it is observed that if we consider 12 gram of carbon, then experimentally it is observed that 12 gram of carbon consists Avogadro's number, that is 6.02 to 10 raised to 23 atoms. And thus remember, mass of 6.02 to 10 raised to 23. Mass of 6.02 to 10 raised to 23 atoms of carbon. Atoms of carbon 12. It is equal to 12 gram. Now, so mass of Avogadro's number, that is 6.02 to 10 raised to 23 atoms of carbon is equal to 12 gram. Then you can easily calculate mass of one atom of carbon. And so mass of one atom of carbon 12, it is equal to, then so here 12 into 1 divided by 6.02 to 10 raised to 23. So this is the mass of one atom of carbon. It is in terms of gram. Now, but we have to consider, remember, this is the mass of one atom of carbon, but we have to consider 1/12 mass of one atom of carbon. Now, to calculate 1/12 mass of one atom of carbon, we have to divide this mass of one atom by 12. And so, then 1/12 mass of one atom of carbon. So here, 1/12 mass of one atom of carbon 12 is equal to, so that is 12. So that is equal to 12 divided by 12 into 6.02 to 10 raised to 23. It is in terms of gram. Now here, these 12 get cancelled, and so mass of 1/12 mass of one atom of carbon. It is the reciprocal. It is actually reciprocal of 6.02 to 10 raised to 23. And so, and thus remember, 1/12 mass of one atom, 1/12 mass of one atom of carbon 12. It is the reciprocal of, it is 1 upon 6.02 to 10 raised to 23. It is in terms of gram. And if we observe the reciprocal of 6.022, it is 0.166. Now this 10 raised to 23 goes to numerator. It becomes 10 raised to minus 23. It is 10 raised to minus 23. It is in terms of gram. And thus 1/12 mass of one atom of carbon, it is 0.166 into 10 raised to minus 23 gram, or it can be converted into 1.66 into 10 raised to minus 24 gram. And thus remember, 1/12 mass of one atom of carbon, it is equal to 1.66 into 10 raised to minus 24 gram. Now, that this value 1.66 into 10 raised to minus 24 gram, remember, it is considered as one atomic mass unit. So according to IUPAC conventions, so this value 1.66 into 10 raised to minus 24 gram, it is considered as one atomic mass unit. And thus remember, one atomic mass unit, that is also considered as one unified mass. So which is equal to 1.66 into 10 raised to minus 24, it is in terms of gram. And so relationship between atomic mass unit and gram, one atomic mass unit is equal to 1.66 into 10 raised to minus 24 gram. And thus remember, nowadays atomic mass, it can be expressed in terms of AMU. AMU means unified mass. Remember. Now, and thus, in terms when mass of atom is taken, mass of single atom it is taken in terms of gram, then when you divide that mass of one atom in gram by this value 1.66 10 raised to minus 24, then this ratio, it is the atomic mass of that atom, it is in terms of atomic mass unit. And so remember, atomic mass is equal to atomic mass of element, it is equal to mass of one atom of element in gram. Now, if mass of one atom is expressed in gram, now this mass of one atom is directly obtained from mass spectrometer. So if it is expressed in gram, then denominator is also considered in gram, and this value is 1.66, and so which is equal to 1.66 into 10 raised to minus 24. It is gram per unified mass. So it is gram per unified mass. Now, why it is considered as gram per unified mass? Why this value is considered as gram per unified mass? Because already we explained that one unified mass is equal to 1.66 into 10 raised to minus 24 gram. And thus remember, when mass of atom is expressed in gram, then when you divide this mass by this value, gram per unified mass, this atomic mass of element, this ratio is x, it is in terms of unified mass. And thus atomic mass, this ratio it comes in terms of unified mass. Remember. Now, but you know that for maximum element, there are different isotopes. So elements have isotopes. Elements have different isotopes. Now, so maximum element, they have different isotopes. Now, what is concept of actual isotopes? So isotopes, the atoms of same elements. The atoms of same elements. The atoms of same element having same atomic number. Having same atomic number Z, but different mass number. That is A. So they called isotopes. And so experimentally it is observed that maximum element consists different isotopes. Now, as maximum element consists different isotopes, it means there are different atoms of element, same element. Now, mass of these different atoms of different element is different. And thus remember, question arises, then each element it must have the different atomic mass. And remember, to solve this question, remember, scientists consider atomic mass as an average atomic mass because every element it has a different isotopes. Now, for example, if we consider atom of sodium, so sodium atomic number is 11, mass number is 23. Second sodium, atomic number is 11, mass number is 24. It indicates that there are, remember, these are the two atoms of same element sodium. Now they have same atomic number, different mass number. It means they have equal number of electrons, equal number of protons, but they differ in number of neutrons. You know that? So there are 11 electrons. Each atom of sodium consists 11 electrons because remember atomic number it means number of electrons as well as number of protons table, it means there are 11 electrons. Now, then there are 11 protons. But number of neutrons is equal to mass number minus atomic number. And just 23 minus 11. So 23 minus 11, that is 12. 23 minus 11, that is 12 is the number of neutrons present in first sodium. Whereas second sodium, it consists 24 minus 11. 24 minus 11, it means 30. And thus remember, so first sodium atom consists 12 neutron, whereas second sodium atom consists 30 neutron. Naturally, remember, so mass of one atom of first sodium, whereas and mass of second atom of sodium, remember, they differ. No doubt there is difference in mass because they differ in number of neutrons. And thus remember, atomic mass of first sodium isotope and atomic mass of second sodium isotope must be different because they differ in mass of every atom. And thus remember, but you know that in periodic table there are different elements, but remember every element they have different isotope, but in periodic table atomic mass of element is only one and it is unique property. Atomic mass is the unique property. Every element has a single atomic mass, though they have different isotopes. Now then, how this problem can be solved by the scientists? Because remember, so every element they have different isotopes. To solve this problem, scientists consider atomic mass as average atomic mass. Now, how this average atomic mass of element is calculated? Now, for example, let us consider these are two isotopes of chlorine 1735 and second isotope, that is chlorine 1737. Now experimentally it is observed that in case of first chlorine, that is chlorine 35, mass of one atom of this chlorine 35, remember mass of one atom of chlorine 35, it is equal to, so when it is obtained by the mass spectrometer, mass of one atom of chlorine 35, it is equal to 34.96 in terms of Kelvin. Sorry, it is equal to 58.0335. It is in terms of 335 into 10 raised to minus 24. It is in terms of Kelvin. Sorry. So mass of first chlorine 35. First chlorine atom, it is 58.0335 into 10 raised to minus 24 gram. Whereas mass of one atom of second chlorine, it means chlorine 37, it is equal to experimentally 353 into 10 raised to minus 24 gram. Remember these values of mass, they are directly obtained from mass spectrometer. Now then, how to calculate average atomic mass of this chlorine element? Because you know that chlorine has these isotopes. Now experimentally it is observed that first chlorine it is 35. Remember it occurs 75% in nature, whereas second chlorine 37 it occurs 25% in nature. And thus remember, ratio of first chlorine 35 to second chlorine 37, it is 3:1. 3:1. It indicates that out of 4 atoms of chlorine, remember, so out of 4 atoms, there are 3 atoms of first chlorine and 1 atom of second chlorine in nature. That is called as natural abundance. So natural abundance of first chlorine is 75 and natural abundance of second chlorine it is 25. Now then, how to calculate the average atomic mass? Now, actually atomic mass of first chlorine 35, remember, it is obtained. So when this mass 58.0335 into 10 raised to minus 24, when it is divided by 1/12 mass of one atom of carbon, that is 1.66 into 10 raised to minus 24. So when this mass is divided, remember, so this value 58.0335 into 10 raised to minus 24. So when it is divided by 1/12 mass of one atom of carbon, that is 1.66 into 10 raised to minus 24. Then experimentally it is observed that this ratio it is equal to 34.96. So this ratio is 34.96. It indicates that for in case of first isotope of chlorine, its atomic mass is 34.96 in terms of unified mass, because this value is in terms of gram per unified. Whereas in case of second chlorine, when this mass 61.353 10 raised to minus 24, when it is divided by 1.66 into 10 raised to minus 24 in terms of gram per unified mass. So this ratio it is 36.96. And thus remember, for these two isotopes there are these two ratio. It means two atom expected two atomic mass, that is 34.96 and second is 36.96. But first chlorine say 35, it occurs 75% in nature, whereas second chlorine it occurs 25% in nature. And so how to calculate the average? So average atomic mass of chlorine. So average atomic mass. Average atomic mass of chlorine is equal to. Now atomic mass of chlorine 35. Atomic mass of chlorine 35 multiplied by its natural abundance. Then plus atomic mass of second chlorine. Atomic mass of chlorine 37 multiplied by its natural abundance. Total divided by 100. Total divided by 100. And so this atomic mass of Cl35, it means when this mass of one atom of chlorine 35 when divided by 1/12 mass of one atom of carbon, that is 1.6 10 raised to minus 24, you know that this value is equal to 34.96 and natural abundance of first chlorine is 75 plus now atomic mass of second chlorine, that is equal to 36.96 and its natural abundance is 25. And so when this is total divided by 100, so it is equal to 35.5. And thus remember, though chlorine it has two isotopes, remember, but chlorine has only one average atomic mass, that is 35.5. And so remember, element consists different isotopes, but they have only one atomic mass, because atomic mass is considered as average atomic mass.